good night. Yes, you are at the Talkeando podcast, but today I'll be your hosting because our favorite Thales, he is not very well today, and we didn't want to miss the opportunity to have our guest here, so that's why I'm covering today. But before we start, and before you know who is our guest, and I would like to say thank you for Visit Ireland, our sponsor, who is specialized on immigration visas. Yeah? Is that right, Popilo? Help me here.
That's correct.
Okay, so they are specialized in immigration visa. So if you need a visa, just looking for Visas Ireland and tell that you find out about them here on Talkeando podcast, and you're gonna get a discount. And I want to say that I'm really, really, really sad that Gaúcho didn't send any food today here because I was expecting to try it. Okay. But anyway, we still love you because you are part of our sponsorship. No, just joking. If you guys don't know Gaúchos, they sell the best hot dog in Ireland. Can I say Ireland? I think so. Yeah. In Ireland. They are around a few parts in Dublin, and they probably are already taking control of the other sides, isn't it?
We hope so.
Yeah, so they have the best hot dog in Ireland. And the best açaí. The açaí they have here is 30% more smooth than all the others that you're going to find around. And where you can find them, they are on Jervis Shopping Center and Tala Square at the moment. But they are still growing, and they have different places. Smithfield. It's the third one now.
Actually, it's the first one.
The first one is Smithfield. Oh, that's true, on the corner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been there already. True. So Smithfield, Jervis Shopping Center, and Tala Square, you can find Gaúcho's Açaí and Gaúcho's Hot Dog. I want to say thank you for Studio Talks, Pupilinho.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
It's always a pleasure to be with you. We are just working for 5 days continuous now. If you guys want to do a podcast, or if you want to record a course, or if you want to just do like studio photos, just try to search for Studios Talk and talk with Pupilinho. He will be here to attend you, and I'm sure the final material will be perfect because that's why we're still here. He knows what he's doing. And now, I want to introduce our guest. She works from Youth Work Ireland, and she's the coordinator of the Our Generation project that is part of the Youth Work Ireland. And we have here Tracey Mcardle. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, sorry.
You're perfect.
Welcome, Tracey.
Nice for you.
I will keep on Tracey because it will be easier for me. Thank you for coming. And thank you for having me because I know you was expecting another person here, more nice and friendly.
Oh, not at all. No, thank you for having me.
Trace, first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself a little bit. So who is Tracey Mcardle?
Okay, so as he says, I'm the coordinator of the Our Generation project with Youth Work Ireland. So Youth Work Ireland is the largest youth work organisation on the island of Ireland with various different member youth services, and we are leading the campaign of the Youth Work for All. So that basically is promoting out that there's an opportunity for any young person, no matter where they live or what their interest is, that they can get involved in something in youth work in their local area, and something that they're interested in. So the Our Generation project that we work on, we're part of a consortium of 11 different organisations delivering both north and south. So for the southern area, the sort of border counties of Donegal, Sligo, Leitrim, Cavan, Monaghan and Louth, we ourselves are delivering our projects, but as well our sort of colleagues in Donegal Youth Service, Cooperation at Ireland and Include Youth are delivering in those areas also. So It's all part of a overall team of lots of different organisations coming together to kind of complement what each other's doing and to offer the most opportunities and the most support for young people.
And when and why did you start with the Our Generation project?
So this is actually the second delivery of the Our Generation project. So we delivered previously there at the start of COVID 2020.
Okay.
2020 to 2023. And so it's addressing different issues and topics in it for young people. So it's very needs based. It's meeting their needs, their identified needs that we've seen, and through working with young people. And that project was very successful, thankfully. So because it was successful, we have then got the funding now again to deliver sort of the next life of it, taking those projects to the next step and taking in two other partners. For me, myself, I suppose I'm just, I love to see the development of young people, and as the Youth Work for All campaign is, making sure that there is an opportunity for any young person to be supported and to get involved and to grow and develop and be empowered. Empowerment's like my key thing.
When you say about like to help them with their needs and to support them, what exactly your project are doing? So let's say if and for who, it's for any young people, or it's just for Irish community, or us as immigrants, we can be part of that as well. Can you?
Oh, absolutely. For anybody in the island, on those counties that we're delivering in, that we want it to be open and, for regardless of background or, sort of religion or, ethnicity or whatever, it's for everybody. So the projects that we're delivering, they're mainly for 14 to 25-year-olds.
Okay.
So slightly older young people. One of the programs is for 11 to 25. So we've 4 programs that we're delivering. The Mind Matters program is the one that's for 11 to 25. So it's looking at emotional resiliency, looking at, I suppose, as well, conflict resolution, exploring friendships and dynamics and different things like I see here, and everything, things that everybody's facing in their everyday lives, but particularly young people. It's a period of transition and growth and change.
Especially when you get that age that you need to figure out what do you want to be for the rest of your life as a professional or whatever. So
it's
it's
a lot
like
of pressure.
you don't know who you are and you just need to figure out your life. That's it.
I know, which is I find to be a lot of pressure for young people going through all of that there. So I suppose this, for our projects and this one in particular, it's taking stock of that pressure and allowing young people to explore sort of stress and anxiety, how to address it, how to explore it, how accepting that we're all going to feel stress sometimes, but how we can manage it for ourselves. And like you're saying there, rather than being pushed to be a certain person or a certain thing, helping them be a sort of their best version of themselves in that moment, and that's going to change and grow, and just helping them with their life skills essentially for how they want to grow and develop themselves.
So one of the parts of this Our Generation project is to help them with their mental health.
Exactly, yes.
Not issues, because you are actually trying to avoid them to have many issues, right? So you are preparing them to grow more confident.
Yeah, I suppose it's prevention work, giving them the tools, because as I said, they're going to encounter, trials and tribulations and such and all, such as life. Is
that could be related even with their sexuality, isn't it? Like they are on that age that they are not sure what they are, let's say. So are you guys helping them to accept that as well, let's say?
Absolutely, yes.
Nice.
So it's that exploration. So we have so that leads me on to another program that we have, which is called Choice. So it's specifically exploring sort of kind of sexual health and contraception. So it's an acronym, isn't that the word, where the letters of the word stand for? So contraception, healthy options for intimacy and consent. So that's what that stands for. So
we already talked about mind is one.
Mind Matters, yes. Yeah.
Mind Minders. And now Choice.
Choice.
And all this is part of the Our Generation project. Nice.
And then we have another 2 then, but I'll take each of them in turn. But it's important, I suppose, to say at this point, whenever you're mentioning there that the mental health strand and all that there, that it's funded through the Peace Plus funding of SEUPB. So because of that, all of the programs that we deliver are completely free.
Amazing.
To who we deliver, and we can also offer sort of like the resources and sort of a wee bit of sort of incentives as such as sweets or treats or things like within the group, you know,
yes.
to incentivize the young people.
And is this part of the government? How do you guys support yourself if it's free for who is looking for the treatment?
Because that funding from the SUPB, so that's the
Okay.
Special European Union Programmes body.
Nice.
So
Okay.
because of the legacy of the conflict on the island of Ireland, this is money that's supported for the north, delivery of programmes in the north to support mental health and along the border communities of the south, because they're impacted through the legacy of the conflict. But also, as we've spoke about there, we're moving to a new Ireland, so it's about promoting, you know, understanding and acceptance of new nationals, you know, people from different cultures, different walks of life, different experiences, and everybody on the island of Ireland, and that sort of cooperation and understanding and community is really
nice.
important.
It is, especially because, as you said, you guys are open for everybody. And I know I have friends who moved to Ireland and they have their kids already. So on almost that age between 11 to 14, 15. And this changes as an adult. We know that's hard for us, but for a teenager, because you are already on the process of changing in life, in your body, and your and your mind, and everything. And if you have the opportunity to have someone to support you that is from outside your family, because sometimes you don't want to listen to your family, right? Especially on the teenagers. And you have a group like yours that can help you, support you, and to help you to deliver yourself in the best way. I think that's really nice. And not just for immigrants, but for any teenagers and any almost adults, because 25 is almost an adult. So that's really nice, really, really nice.
Yeah, and then as you says there, the changes in their bodies and everything, we're exploring that through choice and sort of awareness of different, I suppose, health conditions and issues such as like endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome, things like that there that people aren't maybe aware of. So a wee bit of information around that, but very much looking at healthy relationships. What is a healthy relationship? And looking at consent and needs and wants, and exploring and communicating all of those things for positive and healthy relationships moving forward. And also then looking at STI awareness and
Important, yes.
contraception, and how to access contraception and how to use contraception in a safe and, you know, in a safer way rather. Yeah.
And you said you guys are based in different parts of the country.
Yes, so I'm sort of touring about all over the country, saying everybody, but we have a worker based in Donegal, another worker based in delivering in Sligo Leitrim, another based delivering in Cavan and Monaghan, and another based in Louth, and then myself from between Armagh and Dublin, and then Fernanda down in Dublin, then doing all of the admin and the support and all of the encouragement there. So,
And how people can find you and how can get the opportunity to be part of the program?
well, we have the Youth Work Ireland website will probably be the main point of contact there, and then we have the ourgeneration@youthworkireland.ie email address. So that's the sort of info address as such, where you can come through, and if there's any interest or information, we can direct you to the correct sort of person for the area that you're living in.
Okay.
And then I suppose on the website we're going to be putting up then maybe like a expression of interest form. So the idea with it is that because it's very group work oriented, so we're going to places that generally have at least 10 or more young people that we can engage and converse and take part in different programs, but we can tease out the interest, and if somebody is a group or an individual is interested, they can put that forward to us. We can direct them.
And is
appropriately.
there any requirements, like you need to, not only the age, but is something else that is required?
Just so the programs have to take place in those counties that I mentioned: Donegal, Sligo, Leitrim, Cavan, Monaghan, and Louth. But that's not to say you have to be from those counties. So
Okay.
if you were interested in taking part, you could travel to one of those areas in order to take
And
part.
be part of the meetings and the process. And
Exactly.
now I'm getting more curious now. Let's say we is that you said it's the second year that you guys are bringing this project?
So it's just started now since March of last year, but we've only sort of started rolling out the delivery and getting it because we had a time to prepare. So it was previously delivered for just over 3 years, finishing at the end of 2023, and then we had to get
So the process was for 3 years.
previously,
The first one.
yeah, and it will be again this
That
year.
was my question now. Like, let's say I want to become part. When that's gonna start? For how long it is? How this?
Oh, sorry. So we'll be delivering for 3 years, but each of those programs are 5 sessions.
Okay.
So 5 weeks or 5 sessions, depending on when the sessions are being delivered, and each session is about 1 hour and a half.
Okay.
So the sort of exception to that is they're all 5 sessions except for the Rise Up program, which is slightly longer because it's exploring leadership and social action and community development and engagement. So there are 3 stages to that program. The first stage is they're supported to explore their personal identity. Notice it says who they are, who they want to be, things like this
Yes.
here. And then the second stage, moving on to a group identity. So them together, what is their shared kind of interests, goals, things like that there. And then a community identity. So community is one of those things that it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Yes.
So it's exploring. So that's a kind of what I love about that project, because it's no 2 of those projects will be exactly the same, because it'll depend on the young people, what they identify to be their community. It might be their school, it might be their town, it might be their county. And they'll identify then issues or topics that they would like to be addressed within their community, and then they'll be supported to do a short social action project to address something like that there. So for example, it might be a cleanup of the park, or it might be organising like a family fun day or things like that there. So they're supported to do that, and they're very much supported with their leadership skills and the group work and teamwork skills within that. So
That's amazing, because you are helping them to grow leaders. So they are, I think the way you said that is almost what I do when I do a mentoring with my clients. So the first thing, you need to find who you are. So let's do a personality test or something like that. Then you can find out who you are, because that's important. You cannot do anything until you find out who you are and what your strength and how you can use that for yourself. So the Rise Up program start with that as well. So that's great, because once you understand who you are, and then you said the next step is to find their difference between each others, right? So understand the others, that is respect.
yeah.
So figure out who you'll be dealing with, who you'll be talking with, and understand everybody has your qualities and limitations. So respect that.
And how to work together.
How to work with that.
utilize each
Yes,
other's
exactly.
strengths. Yeah.
Yes. And then create a project to improve your community with everything that you learn about you and your team, because I believe that the project is in a team group, isn't
Exactly,
it?
yeah.
That's amazing. It's really nice. Can I be joining?
Sure, yes,
I'm
come on.
already old for that.
Come on board. And then the fourth project that the fourth program that we have is called Stand Up. So this is we were delivering this the last time around, but we've developed it so it's a bit longer, it's a bit broader. So it's 5 sessions, and it Stand Up. The up of Stand Up stands for Understanding, Power, and Prevention. So it's addressing awareness of gender-based violence.
Okay.
Because a rising issue worldwide, but particularly on the island of Ireland, we're at highest rates of gender-based violence in Europe. So it's, I suppose, the action or the thinking behind that programme is to address the sort of root issues underlying there. So in terms of awareness and understanding of gender and gender inequalities, and addressing gender stereotypes and things like that there, and looking at power and privilege and addressing those, and exploring then again further from choice, taking a wee bit of that further on, look to explore further about healthy relationships and how to identify when it's perhaps not a healthy relationship or a healthy situation, how to recognise it for you yourself, but also viewing it as a bystander if you witness gender-based violence, how to intervene in a safe way and support whoever might be involved there. But all of the programmes are coming at it from a perspective of non-judgmental and understanding.
Yes.
So trying to, rather than coming at it from a case of blame or pinpointing that this is because of this, we're trying to change hearts and minds through education and knowledge and promoting, as you say, respect and understanding. So that's the main kind of focus and aim within that. But all of the programmes are doing that in an interactive way through conversations, discussions, interactive games and activities to explore these issues in a fun way as much as you can, with heavy topics as they are, but as much as you can make them fun and interactive, we do.
And do you have a lot of teenagers looking for that, or how is the searching to be part of the program at the moment?
Yeah, so there's a lot of interest in all of those programs. So we're delivering in a range of different settings, and we're open to delivering in anywhere that people want us. But we're delivering in schools and youth clubs and family resource centres and youth reaches in a range of different settings. And there is the interest there, certainly. And it can be with anything, with any new thing or, sort of, as I said, heavy topic. It can be maybe a bit daunting at the start. Yeah. So it's about laying that foundation for the young people to, build a relationship of trust with the worker through icebreakers and interactive games, and creating that safe space that young people, again, as I said, that they're not going to be judged or that there's a space of understanding, and that as
there is no right or wrong. Everybody
Exactly.
here is just here to be yourself.
Exactly, yes. And I love that, because I know some people want like a specific answer, but sometimes there isn't. It's an opinion based, and it's about sharing those opinions and, so I suppose sort of trying to see things from different perspectives and different ideas. And I'm very much would say I'm a work in progress. I think everybody is.
Everybody, yeah.
So I
definitely.
think it's important to be open to people, maybe sharing the perspectives you don't necessarily agree with, but allow room for change and growth.
Yes. And how you, Tracey, find out about this, or how did you become part of this? I believe you created the program.
Well,
What
I
do you-
don't know if I could say that now, but
I noticed you tried to avoid this question, the private, but I would change the question. What is your background?
I am trained as a youth and community worker, so
Okay.
I've been working in that field for, giving away my age here, but over 10 years now, so
Okay.
over 15 actually maybe. But we'll
I'm
move on from that.
I'm an engineer for more than 15 years. Don't worry, we're still young. We start earlier. That's it. So it's okay.
So I think as we've said there, the issues and the topics we identified for the previous Our Generation programme, and from delivering that time around, we got a lot of feedback and feedback and stuff from the young people that we delivered to and the settings that we delivered in, and we took all of that feedback on board to progress these programs and progress and improve these programs into their next iteration. So we've been all working, that's why I don't want to say it's me that's done that, because it's very much a combined and team effort to make these programs into what we're going to now be delivering. And I think they've been going well, they've been very well received, and I think the topics are very important and
Yes, they are.
and timely. So I think they're being well received, which is good.
And that what you said, that is great, because actually that's something that needs to be improved constantly, right? So in the future, in like 5-10 years, the topics, we hope they will not need to be the same anymore, and then we're gonna be talking about something different, because our next generation will be already, can I say, prepared with that as a base. So what you are fighting today will be natural in the future. And
Yeah,
then we're
that's-
gonna have different topics to talk and to keep going and growing and improving, I believe.
Exactly. That's the hope and that's the plan.
Yes.
But there's continuing, like, the changing landscape out there in terms of what everyone faces, not just young people. So it's
Yes.
important to change and adapt with that and address, making sure that those needs are being met.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And all these programs, when they start to looking for and be part of that, they are all in person.
All in person, yes.
Okay.
So we did have that the last time around. As I mentioned, it was just, we started just at the start of lockdown.
Yes.
So we did have to adapt at that time and deliver online programs. But now that we are able to deliver in person, it's the much preferred option. So no, we won't be currently offering any online
And it's
options.
important, especially for everything that you are building here, because it's to learn to deal with the difference and with other people's, right? So that's
Exactly.
really important. Yeah. And can I have my phone 1 second? I remember I took a note. That's something important here, and I want to ask you.
Yeah, sure. We will, just while you're looking for it, we will also, we're not in a position to deliver the facilitator training as yet, but in the next few months we will be delivering facilitator training in each of these programs also, so that those in those counties working with young people also can be trained to deliver these programs, so that we're leaving a legacy of these programs behind, that even after, as I mentioned, we're funding dependent.
Yes.
So after our funding ends, that there's still people there able to continue these programs and deliver them after we leave.
So if anyone wants to be part, helping to grow this program and to help you, to help those young teenagers,
Exactly.
they can be trained and be part of that.
Exactly, yes. So we'll be putting up information on our website and our social media pages about that in the coming months.
That's really nice as
Thanks,
well. It's not only something that you're doing to help, because I believe when you're training to help someone, you're learning as well. So I can be part of this part. I can be on the training group
Certainly, yeah.
because I'm already a little bit away from the 25. You still 25, Publio?
26.
So you'll be on the training group as well with me. Here, I found the question. Since you are already on the second moment of this, what impact did you notice from the program, especially during the COVID and everything? Did you get any feedback from people who were on the first period, and what changed on their lives?
Yeah, so as I said, we're sort of taking those themes forward, but there was a shorter intervention time in the previous programs, but we did find that from the feedback from young people that there were more, certainly for the previous program dealing with well-being and stress and anxiety, they were more aware of what that was, and that it was more normalized for them, that, you know, they understood better that everybody experiences it at some point, and that's okay. And they were able to, I suppose, identify when they themselves, the sort of feelings in their body, to tell them whenever they're feeling that way and how to address it. The consent program that we delivered before, we got some great feedback and great information around that. So young people expressing that they understood better how to have that discussion, and it didn't need to be a formal thing, that it could be more interactive, and it could be about, you know, ensuring that you and your partner are both enjoying what's happening, and
Yes.
and that doesn't need to be a written contract, although it was pointed out to me that it can be at times, but it doesn't need to be a written formal thing. It can be a conversation. It could be more natural,
Yes.
and bringing that in more into people's understanding in their lives, that communicating about these things isn't as scary maybe as they maybe initially think, and it can be more naturalized and communicated that way.
And I don't know why, like, I know why, but yeah. The world with everybody make us feel like that communication about things that should be normal sometimes looks like a deep thing, and something that is like pressuring you, or like if you express yourself, or if you say no for something, you are a terrible person. It's
And I think, I don't know whether he's perhaps Brazil is like us too, but I find that in Ireland as well, we always feel bad for saying no to things. You
Yeah.
feel like you have to give a reason, you have to validate your no, but no is a full sentence, and we're very much promoting that, but also in the consent work that we're doing, we're saying that it's not enough to say that no means no. We're saying that the absence of a clear and emphatic yes, that is a no. So,
Yes.
because sometimes people, as you said, they're maybe nervous or unsure about expressing their no. So it's about picking up all of those levels of communication and ensuring that we're confident in expressing ourselves, but also aware and respectful of what other people are expressing too.
Yes, and I think I can say that's a human thing, not just from Irish or Brazil. I think like everybody, depends which country you are, it's even worse, isn't it? Like, so we all feel like that in one moment of our life, like to feel guilty to say no for something that you really don't want to do, or you don't want to say, or you don't want to whatever. And the society make you feel guilty or
Yeah, that you have to justify it.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
always like no, but no, but it's just because no. And is there any particular let's say history or success project that you remember that you could share with us that was part of one of those 5 subjects that you said, like someone that you remember who did the minder and bring something?
So our previous leadership program, it was called the Youth Fund. So it's the Leadership and Social Action Project. So the young people there were able they were actually awarding money rather than engaging in projects, but they were able to award money to local charities that they deemed
Helping more.
helping, yeah. And it really, you really did see their sort of confidence and their working as a team progress throughout. One group actually wrote a rap as well
Oh, really?
about their experience.
That's
which
nice.
Yeah, and so they did in their feedback. They says that they thought it should be something that every young person sort of gets to do and gets to be involved in, because we're very much targeting TY transition year for that there. So it was, I suppose it was a kind of a very in-demand programme. Unfortunately, though, we're still having people asking for us after the programme ended, and we had to unfortunately say no. But just seeing their development and their growth and the amazing stuff that the feedback they come with. With the consent one as well, we had a young person explain consent to her peers then through artwork. So she took the story of Snow White, who she told everyone was actually 14. Whenever this story was happening, she took her lying sleeping and the prince going to kiss her, and Snow White pieing him in the face instead, because she says that's not consent. She was unconscious, she was underage, she can't consent to what's happening here.
Yeah.
So very much showing the sort of knowledge base and what she'd learned and sort of promoted through the programme, and telling them the fact that they're able to express this information and share this information with their peers. So
And-
it's really positive.
And that reference was amazing, because actually I didn't realize until now that yes, she was sleeping. She wasn't saying, "Yeah, please come on, you're the man of my life," and make all sense, because we learned that was okay.
Yeah. They have normalized through those fairy tales. and-
Yes. And another thing, if one person starts, let's say we have a young teenager who wants to start the program, our generation project, they will pass by the 5.
Not
Or-
necessarily so.
Okay.
So it's all voluntary. So and it's all they have to sort of actively consent
Yes.
to join each program itself. So they may do one, or they may do one, or they may do more than one, or they may do them all. And as well as the programs that we're offering, there's also the complementary programs that our colleagues are offering as well through Donegal Youth Service and Cooperation Ireland, and include youth.
Yes.
So they're able to. There's no limit. They can do all of them if they want to, which is wonderful.
And they can do as many times they want as well. Like, let's say they did on 14. and then they pass by a really difficult situation when they were 18. So they learn there on the past, and then when they are 18, they had a problem in their life that we know things like that could happen. And then if they want to come back and like, I think I need to do it again, or I think I need to talk with someone, is until the 25th. Is that okay?
The options there. The options there, but because we have so many ranging programs, there would be the opportunity to maybe go on to a different one to get a different
yes.
perspective as
Okay.
well. Yeah,
Get
but
you.
it's not to say we'll never turn anyone away.
Yeah. No, and that's nice as well, because if you go when you are too young and you don't feel that you're gonna understand everything yet, like the stand up. Maybe with 14 years old, the stand up will be a lot for the person. So they go for the mind minder. Is that?
Might matters, yeah.
Mind manners, yes. And after 2 years, they go like, I think I'm feeling confident now for the stand up, and then come back to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
no, they can do all of the different programs at different stages. They don't have to do them at all at the one time. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to be part of that now. I think that's why Talisman asked me to come today.
Maybe it was a plan.
Yeah,
I'll send you information on the facilitators. When we'll have it
please. Yeah,
together.
no, I know Fernando is already sending me on WhatsApp. Let me see if I'm missing Fernando. Is something that I need to ask her. Am I missing something?
I think no.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
How it is for you to work over there? Okay, yeah, she doesn't want to talk. She said it for the next.
I don't like
It's for the next episode.
Being shy.
Yeah,
All the time.
yeah. If people don't know her, okay. I'm looking here. You support girls as well. You have like a specific program for girls, or that is young people?
All young people. So so we would encourage, particularly with the sexual health programs, we would encourage them to mix if we can, so
Yes.
they can pick up each other's different perspectives and maybe perhaps challenge each other on their perspectives in a sort of respectful way. So we're delivering in lots of different settings. So there are some schools that are all girls schools, all boys schools. So we'll deliver
Yes,
in those
because we
settings
have this
also.
here. Yeah. And how can we help to spread the word, to get this to I forgot the word. Chegar.
To be delivered.
To be delivered to more young people. How can we help as like not part of the group, but someone like me who believes on those type of works and those type of projects? How can we help you to help more young people?
Talking to people about what we're doing, about the issues and topics we're addressing, sharing what all the lovely stuff that Fernando will put up on social media, sharing about our programs, directing people to Youth Work Ireland that you think may be interested or would be interested in getting more information at least. I suppose letting us know about any like people or organisations that you think are interested, and anything like that there I think would be wonderful. Thank you.
Great. If like I'm trying to think in ideas here. I want her already on the building bridge. Like in an event when we are organizing events and things like that. One of you can come and
Certainly,
explain a little bit about the project as well to spread more the word to the parents probably.
Absolutely,
Because
yeah.
normally the events that I do, it's for older than 25, but they have kids, so they will need that. And you said it's for everyone, so that's great. Is there a lack of language, like barrier language, and it's everything in English, but do you have anyone?
Unfortunately, everything's in English,
Yes.
So, but our
We need to put Fernanda there to help to translate
Yeah.
the Brazilian community when they arrive.
we'll take her down. I suppose, but in where we're delivering in different settings, we're asking that there's a sort of a staff member available there to be a support, and if I suppose where possible, if it is a case of language barriers, that they're able to support with that and engage with that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about because I have few new cases in my life that are families who just moved to Ireland and with their kids. And we know kids learn early and quicker English, but at the beginning they will be shy and things like that.
Of course.
So it's good to find a way to help them as well. So now Fernando will be a translator.
Now I understand everything.
Yeah, yeah. And let me see, what else can I ask? And what else should we know? Guys, sorry, I wasn't prepared for that, so I need to read today. But I have a good question here. But that's a private one.
Oh,
If you could go back in time when you were 14,
okay.
which advice would like to receive at that moment?
Oh, that's a good
So
question.
one advice that you can give to someone that you would like to receive when you were 14.
To not feel pressure to plan your life now, to take each day one day at a time, and to ask for help when you need it.
Yeah. I think ask for help when you need it is advice everybody needs to every day. Even when you're 40s, you still need to listen to that. But yes. I think the pressure in your life when you are young is big.
Yeah, and as you said, they're expected, I suppose, to have everything planned out and know what they're doing with their lives
They
and
have
who
like,
they're going to be.
how do we call that year here when you need to do some like an internship, but it's not really
Transition year.
transition
Which
year.
is wonderful, yeah. I think it's a brilliant thing.
Yeah, but it's on the 14, 15, isn't it? Which age are they?
Yes, isn't it? Yeah.
16s.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah, 16, 17 maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was younger
15,
than
6
us.
15-ish at least anyway.
I think
so-
it's 15, yeah. Because this transition year is for them to understand a little bit about the opportunities on the market, isn't it? Like,
Exactly. Bit of
should
trial
get-
and error. 'Cause
Yes.
sometimes you have to do things that don't work out to know that
Yes.
it's not going to work out.
Oh, and I feel like sometimes the kids is just doing what their parents want to, especially because of the age. So they are too young, so they are doing the transition year in paths that's not exactly what they want to do, but just because I think it's part of the program, isn't it?
Yeah, to explore like business,
Yes,
fashion,
yes.
all the sort of social skills, like, leadership, all
Yeah.
that there crack. And and we're very much sort of targeting a lot of these programs to that age range and that year, for to help them explore who they are, who they want to be.
Yeah, that's perfect, because if you combine your program with that opportunity of the year, then I think they can choose one path that's more related to what they want to, isn't it? Yeah.
And not necessarily the easiest path, but
No,
yeah,
it's not the easiest path.
Yeah.
Because the easiest path is the boring one.
exactly.
The nice one is the hard one. But it's better when it's hard, but you're enjoying the process, than when it's hard and you are like, what am I doing of my life here? So,
And that's one thing that we explore as well through the choice program, that there's sort of 3 zones and levels of comfort. So there's your little comfort zone, and then there's the stretch zone, and then there's the panic zone. But
Yes.
we can't necessarily stay in the comfort zone all the time, because we have to stretch ourselves to try
Yes,
new things
yes.
and to learn and grow. But it's important to be aware though of things that are your red lines, and the things that you aren't comfortable with ever, and explore and express in those. So.
yes. And be careful, because sometimes you can get at a panic zone as well.
Yeah, you can.
But just remember, you can always come back.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
It's a fluid line.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Pupilinho, do you have any questions?
We have some questions on
Great.
the chat. And the first one is from Thales.
Watching us. Big boss. Welcome, boss.
So he asks here, how can you work hard and help prevent your young people from getting involved in violence and antisocial behavior?
Okay.
Good one.
So through these programs in particular, well, I'll just focus on these programs. Youth Work Ireland does a lot of wonderful stuff, but for these programs in particular, we're looking at emotion, understanding emotions, that all emotions are okay. There's not necessarily good or bad emotions. It's how you respond and regulate and manage those emotions within yourselves, and helping the young people to explore different ways and activities to self-regulate their emotions. In particular, through the stand-up programme, we're looking at anger in particular as well, and that as an emotion, and how if it's bottled up, we use as in a particular activity with bottles, fizzed up, to show and emphasise that if you contain it and, you know, it suddenly is let out, not in a healthy way, then it could explode, and it's danger to you and it's danger to other people, and exploring sort of the conversations again in a non-judgmental way around that. And then he mentioned as well through the second part of his question there,
How you prevent young people to get involved in violence and antisocial behavior.
yeah, and then as well through the Youth Work for All programme that we mentioned, we're offering that there's something for every young person. So at the foundation of all youth work is providing a safe space. So even if that's calling into your local drop-in of the youth service and playing video games, or if it's engaging in a leadership programme, or if it's engaging in a football tournament, whatever it may be, is finding something for each young person that is a positive and healthy expression of their energy and their feelings.
It's hard for you to trying to bring the community, because like we know there are a few groups of teenagers that they are more, how can I say, not aggressive, but they like to behave in a bad way, especially here on city center. And how is for the project to try to get at those ones, because I think they are the ones who more need it, right? And I understand that most of the times you guys are with the door open, who whatever looking for you, right? Is there any way that we can try to get those ones who need but they don't accept they need, let's say?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, so I suppose within that, for our programs, we're engaging perhaps with young people that are already engaged in a service, but for the sort of young people that aren't engaged in something, Youth Work Ireland and our member youth service do deliver great outreach work and detached work, it's called. So meeting young people where they're at on the street and engaging with them, trying to build up those conversations, those relationships, that rapport, understanding that, you know, they're a person first, regardless of what they've done or what they've said.
Yes.
Or such.
No, of course, yeah. And
Yeah.
one of the things is you are trying to teach them to find themselves and to respect each other. So you cannot oblige them to do anything as well, because then you're going against your program. Right. So,
I suppose it's trying to encourage the young people that you know that it's okay to express how they feel, but you know, again, managing in a healthy way and trying to encourage them into the safe space of youth work and youth programs, but doing that through, as I mentioned, maybe incentives there, like activities that they're interested in, be it football or whatever else. So yeah, I'm trying to incentivize them in that way.
And I believe it's not an easy work. So yeah. We will try to help the way we can.
Thank you.
So Tali sent again another question here. If you could change one thing about how Irish society sees young people today, what would it be and why?
I think worldwide, not just in Ireland, but I think young people now are more grown up. They're more like expected to have a level of maturity that they maybe didn't have years ago. And I think sometimes we forget that when we look at young people, that they're young. Yeah, they need to be allowed space to be kids, to maybe say silly things, to maybe make some mistakes, and to be maybe a bit more understanding of that. You know, as I said, we're all works in progress.
Yes.
So maybe having a wee bit more of that perspective, not expecting a level of maturity or like them to be adults before they already are. Yeah.
And sometimes they are raising for adults that are not adults yet. So that's the main problem. We need to find the root of the problem. We cannot just blame the kid
Yeah.
straight away. Yeah.
So our next question here is from Jeff.
Before you go for a question, and do you guys have any program that helps the family as well? I said about like we need to try the roots, and then this question came
For
from-
Youth Work Ireland National Office, not specifically, but our member youth services do engage in family support programs. Yes, so the
Because sometimes
So-
programs like these will be important for the parents, let's say.
yeah, certainly. And then so a lot of our member youth services do provide that support and that sort of family and a holistic approach.
Nice.
So it's wonderful that way. And then within the Our Generation project, I believe there's opportunities there in terms of the training and workshops and activities that Cooperation Ireland are delivering for parents to engage with those.
Okay. That's great. Because then you are helping to change the atmosphere of the kid as well. So that will be important. Sometimes the atmosphere is perfect, but the environment is not. But yeah.
So the next question here is from Jeff. He says,
Hi, Jeff.
what's the biggest struggle you see among young people today?
It's a loaded question. So there's so many issues, and there could be a lot of individual sort of things for young people, but I think we're still seeing a lot of stress and anxiety, certainly, but I think I don't know how to phrase this or how to word this. Young people's sort of youth and idealism maybe being took advantage of in manners with people trying to direct them to sort of extremist views, I think is a growing issue and trend, and something maybe to be aware of. And then, as well as we mentioned, the issue of gender-based violence as well is a widespread thing on the island of Ireland too. I don't know if you're anything else that you want to throw in, Fernanda, any particular issues that we've brought up or raised? No. Sorry, Fernanda. And then following, so a lot of, as I said, these programs are addressing the issues that we identified, so I can't pick just one, because we have seen an increase in STIs as well, particularly following COVID, when people
Really?
hadn't interacted with each other in a while. So
And
the
then they decide to interact to everybody.
Yes, exactly. So ensuring that there's information and there's access there for that, for contraception and information around that. So
And-
I didn't really answer the question because I gave you lots of issues rather than one. Sorry, Jeff.
But it was a deep question. So yeah, Jeff is always like that. When he shows up, it's a deep question.
So the last one we have so far is from Claudemar. He says,
Hi, Claudemar.
what kind of support do young people need that they're not getting today?
Not just from the project. Let's say in life.
Just in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love. I'll say.
Certainly, yeah. We all need love. We all need patience.
Patience.
I think maybe a bit more patience, a bit more support, because continued theme that we're saying, we're expecting young people or people to be at a particular thing, but we're maybe not being patient about how they reach that. And like we spoke of earlier, everyone has their own journey. There's no right or or one way.
One way only. Yeah. Yes.
Because everybody's starting from a different starting point, and they want to perhaps go to a different end point as well. So the journey's going to be different.
Yes.
So that patience to explore and to take time and to find out who they are and who they want to be. I think the patience is maybe key, and with with programs and such, because we're, I suppose, limited to the time that we have. It's maybe not always something that we can provide. So it's something that I think we need more of. We need longer time and more patience.
And I think you said one thing, and I think like the internet helps to grow that idea that is just one way in some way, because normally you see, especially the teenagers, they are always on the phone following someone, and I want to be that person, I want to have his shoes, I want to dress like him, I want to talk like him, so they are always trying to follow someone, and they are not really looking at who they are sometimes. And I think the internet helps to create that, but not in a good way.
Yeah, that sort of, yeah, the influencers and the people are out there who have a platform maybe aren't necessarily using it
Yes.
in the most responsible and healthy way. Yeah, and certainly from that and from what's been raised in working with young people and the schools and such and all as well, we've been seeing a growing need for positive male role models as well as being a particular thing to be addressed. Yeah.
Now, since I watched that 13 Reasons Why, I start to realize like because that impact on my life, and I'm almost 40, so technically I know who I am, and I'm growing enough to handle this. But then when we are talking for someone who is still building yourself, is still find out who you are, and you are so connected to that idea of the perfect world is if you got I don't know how many followers, or if you got I don't know how many likes. So if you post something, nobody likes your photo, nobody loves you, and I think that is something that can be really hard for you guys when you're trying to deal with all this process here, to understand where is the limit that we need to teach the teenagers about, like how the internet can impact their lives without remove the internet, because that's part of life. So you cannot just tell them lose it, stay here. We need you online as well. But it's like, I think it's a battle, isn't it? Like that you probably fight during the process of this program as well.
Certainly, yeah, it's a line to walk, and that is one of the things that we're exploring through the Might Matters program as well. Is I suppose, as you said, it's not to say like the internet's bad, cut the internet out.
Yeah, no.
It's about getting the balance and getting a healthy balance, rather than over reliance or over too much time spent on it, and also exploring the sort of idea that the critical thinking skills, that not necessarily every bit of information we're getting, be it on the internet or in person, it's not necessarily all factual or true, and how to explore.
Especially nowadays with the AI, like you can
Yeah.
create whatever on internet nowadays, so it's crazy.
Exactly, yeah. So it's important then that we kind of identify and explore those skills to see what is real and what isn't. And understanding as well, as I mentioned there, through that program we're looking at friendships and conflict resolution, but looking at the difference between communication in real life, if we want to call it that, in person, and communication online, and how those might differ. And it's not necessarily to say that one's bad and the other isn't, but how to strike the balance.
No, and it's important. That's why I asked if it was in person as well, because it is important to bring them to this environment again, like do face to face and meet people and talk to each other, but without the internet for a while, right? Like to have this atmosphere and to feel confident and to feel safe, secure, and free to be yourself. And you don't need like a Instagram filter or music on the back to cover your voice or whatever. It's who you are, and just find out that and bring that up and believe on that. I think that's
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
yeah. Guys, it's not easy her job, okay? So think about how many lives she has in her hands to deal daily basis. And thank you, by the way, for all the work you have been doing.
Thank you.
I'm sure you already changed a lot of lives. So well done.
Oh, well, hopefully, if you're making some kind of impact. From the feedback that we've received, it seems that we are. So that's...
You definitely did. So well done. Do we have any other question?
So far, no, we don't have.
So, Tracy, I need to do this. We have the last question.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And the last question of this podcast is always, Tracey Mcardle, what is life?
Oh, what is life? Wow, okay. I thought Jeff was coming with the hard question. It's a journey, not a destination. It's not trying to get to an end point or a goal, but it's having goals, but it's every day, waking up and choosing whatever it is you do and trying to find happiness in that. And it's the search for happiness.
I love it. Perfect.
The
It's
good
a
thing
journey.
about this question is like there's no right answer. That's a good thing.
But every answer is a lesson.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's it. Again, thank you so much for today. Thank you for your patience with me as well. Thank you for your time. I want you for us to close this, just to say again how people can find you and how the young community can find the project so they can follow you on all the social medias.
Great, yeah. So the Youth Work Ireland website, which is www.youthworkireland.ie. Youth Work Ireland on Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn. And then the Our Generation programs on Instagram also. So, but if you go on to the Youth Work Ireland website, you'll be able to find all of those listed and connections there. And you'll also be able to see our member youth services all across Ireland who are delivering all their fantastic programs as well.
Okay. We're going to leave the links on the bottom of the video.
Yeah, in the description.
So Pupilin is doing that already. So it's here on the
Perfect.
description for
Thank
you guys. Find them. If you're looking for help, talk with them. If you know someone who is needing that, share this information. And if you are not one of those options, just share anyway, because we need to spread the word. We need to find people who are needing, and it's not in a bad way, but in a way that sometimes they are not even knowing from who they should go or where they can find help. So let's spread this, because I love it, the project. So again, well done. Congratulations. And
Thank you so much.
I hope you have energy and power and health and patience for decades to keep growing this project, this community, and helping more and more lives.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Pupilinho.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm already considering
Yeah,
to
what?
change our host.
Thales, you're in trouble. Because the internet worked.
Yeah.
We didn't have any issues today.
No, everything's perfect.
Thales, see?
We found out the problem.
So, thank you, Gaúchos, for the best hot dog and the açaí. And thank you again, Visas Ireland. So if you're looking for a visa here in Ireland, search for Visas Ireland and say that you find out about them here on Talkeando podcast, and you're going to get a discount. I think we have a discount for Gaúchos as well, don't we?
We do. It's Talkeando 10.
Talkeando 10.
Yeah, it's a 10% discount.
The number 10 or
Number
is
10,
Number
yeah.
10. Okay, so Talkeando number 10, and then you get 10% discount on all the products they have over there.
Or you can just point your phone and scan the QR code that's in your screen right now.
See?
Easier.
So, if you didn't have food yet, that's your moment. Just order it. And thank you again,
Thank you.
Tracy,
Thanks,
for being here. So when is the next episode?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'll be back. No, I'm not able to be here tomorrow, but tomorrow we have Talkeando podcast again. So I hope see you all here. And thank you, Thales, for the opportunity to be on your chair.